So, hi, good evening. Welcome to Topical Mums, group of 6 women, all with different parenting styles, discussing various.
Carry on, I'm not going to crop it. Go on. That's what I was giggling at. Chrissy's face has the stop button on it. That's what we're giggling at. We can't actually see it. Hang on. We've got a face now. Right.
Okay. Discussing various topics around the news, internet, and other topics that interest us as well within parenting. So this evening's that we're all going to have a talk about is outside clubs. Different activities and clubs that your children do. Should you push them to carry on doing so when they've come home and said, I don't really want to go again? What do we think?
I think that if your child comes home and says, actually, I don't like it, then why should they have to go again? I think, if they've come home and said they don't want to do it, then there's clearly a reason why they don't want to do it.
Okay, I think that it depends largely on where the child is within their progress in the club. For instance, if they're doing really well and they've previously been really enjoying it, and the coach thinks that they've got a talent for it, then I wouldn't accept it. Oh, I don't want to go again. I would sit them down and ask. Have a lengthy conversation as to why, and suggest that they carried on for 1 or 2 more weeks to see. If they were at the very beginning of the club, they'd never been before and it was the first time they went, and then they came back and said, I don't want to go again, I'd say, try it once or twice more.
I disagree. When Ellie was in primary school, a teacher came up to me and said she'd done this cross-country run, and she told me everything about her form. Everything was amazing, and that I should enrol her in a local running club because she could be Olympic standard, which is great news as a mum to hear. But when I asked Ellie about it, she had absolutely no interest. But the teacher saw a talent in her, said she was amazing, she was talented, I should definitely do it. It was something that she should do. But just because your child is talented in something doesn't necessarily mean that they should do it. When I was younger, I used to do a lot of clubs, and for example, I did judo and I got quite far in judo, but I just didn't want to do it anymore. There was no reason why. I was quite good at it. I did competitions, I got gradings. I just chose, I didn't want to do it anymore. I think if my parents had have pushed me to carry on doing it just because I was good at it, I would have stopped enjoying it eventually anyway, and then I'd have ended up resenting it rather than thinking, oh, well, I've got a talent here.
Yeah, well, they've definitely got to, enjoy it as well. I've got, 2 daughters, one of which seems to dip in and out of, different activities as she chooses, throughout the year. And the other daughter is, heavily into gymnastics that she's doing really well at. And if she was to turn around to me, tomorrow evening session and say, I don't want to go anymore, which I don't think she would because she absolutely loves it. But if she did turn around and say, I don't want to go anymore, then I'd be having a serious conversation with her, definitely, because I would want to discourage her from giving it up because of where she is within it at the moment.
Yeah, see, I'm a mix of both, I think. Rebecca didn't start any clubs until later on. She was 11 when she started her first club out of school, and that was only after a few years of her saying, Mum, I really want to do cheerleading. I really want to try cheerleading. She eventually went. She loves it. She's never not wanted to go. Lewis has done a few different clubs. He tends to do them for a while and then gets bored. But I do ask him to try it for a bit. If I've paid for a term, he'll stay for the term. Yeah. I'm not wasting my money.
Yeah, I'm like that.
He's wanted to go. He will stay. He will do it.
Yeah.
See, I don't. My kids have tried all sorts. They were They were in boys' brigade. They've been in stage school. You name a club, they've probably tried it. And the most annoying thing is they usually decide they no longer want to do it after I've paid for the uniform. And I've bought the uniform. And before I buy the uniform, I'll sit them down and go, right, are you 100% sure that this is what you want to do? And I will then, once they go, yes, definitely, I'll not change my mind, Mum. I'll go and buy the uniform. And then you can guarantee the week after or the week after that, they'll go, I don't want to go anymore, Mum. Even then, I would not force them to go. I will never, ever force my children to, even if I've already paid, I will never, ever force any of them to do anything that they don't want to do. I don't think it's fair. I think, I wouldn't want to go and do something that I didn't want to do, whether I'd paid or not. So why would I make my children go and do something that they didn't want to do?
Lewis bugged me for ages about swimming. Finally got him in. He went for about 3 weeks and didn't want to go anymore. But I'd paid for a block placement. He was doing those block swimmings. He can now swim. So when he turned around and said, Mum, I still don't want to do it, fine. You don't have to do it no more. You can swim. The purpose of the exercise is done. At least now I know he's not going to drown.
But you could have taught him to swim yourself.
I think they're more, receptive to an instructor. If I was teaching him to swim, there would have been a lot of paddying.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with that because Annabelle's a nightmare in the swimming pool. But I still,
No, she's not. No, she's not. Not when I'm in the swimming pool.
Yeah, she's an angel. But no, I still disagree. I wouldn't. If I'd paid for 3 months at the gym and I went for a month and really didn't enjoy it, I would not force myself to then go for another 2 months just because I'd already paid. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't make myself unhappy in order, because I'd paid for it. So why would I do the same thing to my child if they really didn't like it and they really didn't enjoy it? Why would I make them go? If I wasn't willing to do something myself, why would I do it to them?
I get what you're saying there. Yeah.
I would be asking.
I'd be asking why they don't like it. Yeah.
And what they wanted to do instead. And if they just wanted to stay home and watch TV or stay home and watch something on YouTube or something, then I would be quite unhappy with that.
But
if I paid for them to go.
For not wanting to go swimming was he didn't like the instructor he had at the time. So I went and I changed his group. He went with a different instructor on a different
day. That I agree with. Yeah.
And he stayed for a bit longer.
If it's just a case of not liking the person doing it, then see if there's an alternative way. But clubs aren't for every child. They're not. And if my child wants to stay at home instead of going out and doing a club, then so be it.
That's what my children don't go out unless they're at a club. They don't play out in the street. They don't. They choose to stay at home, and that's where I want them. I like them at home. But I've never forced them to do a club they didn't want to do. Every club they've gone into is because they've said, Mum, I'm not the type of parent that'd be like, I really want my daughter to dance, so she's going to dance. And she's going
I honestly thought
every single dance.
I thought I would be that mum because I grew up in a background where I went to stage school and then I worked on stage, and I thought I would, when I got my little girl, I thought she would be the ballet dancer, the tap dancer, the singer. I thought, and then both my girls went to stage school, and actually they did enjoy it, and it was me that took them out of it because I didn't like the school. And now I'm looking for an alternative, and that's probably where I'm probably different again, because from what I gather, you would think they're enjoying it, so it doesn't matter what you think, because they're enjoying it, you would let them still go. But whereas I thought, I'm paying £10 a week for them to go to this place where they don't even provide them with costumes. They don't do anything that I couldn't teach them at home. And I just thought, I'm not paying that. And,
I think a lot of the club's role also is social skills, it's friendship building, it's life skills. It's not just about, they're not just going to learn to dance or to learn to sing. Yeah. They're learning lots of other things that they wouldn't necessarily get at home.
No, I agree with that. But that's why there's play schemes and That's why there's things like youth clubs and things like that, which aren't £10 an hour.
So what you're saying then is you're wanting to make sure that you're getting your value
Money's
for
worth.
money.
Yeah, definitely.
And I
Yeah.
do agree with that. When Chloe was at a different gymnastics club, I ended up pulling her out of that because I didn't feel I was getting my money's worth. I couldn't see what she was doing from the layout of the building that she was doing the gym in. I couldn't see through the fence, what she was doing. I couldn't really praise her because I couldn't see what she'd done well because I couldn't see her. I constantly asked for feedback, as to how she was doing, how she was progressing, and didn't get it. So moved her to the club that she's at now, and since she's been there, she's really come on and doing really, really well. So
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you need value for money, and I think you need to know that you're getting what you're paying for, or yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's our topic for this evening. We've discussed it. What do you think? Does it go?